You kids these days in your VR pain simulators, your iPhone 36SI 94S, and your 3D surround graphic televisions. Back in my day, we watched infants gun each other down on the high seas.
Really, Dad? Where?
Well, I watched it on my computer, and I was the infant. Anyways, let's go back to the 90s, filled with memories of the Spice Girls and oily Pokemon game cartridges. Every story has its heroes. These heroes go by the name of Charlie Jackson, Jonathan Gay, and Michelle Welsh. You see, they founded a company in San Diego, California by the name of FutureWave Software in 1993. They created software compatible with pen computing, which is a style of user interface utilizing a pen rather than the traditional mouse or keyboard. This program went by the name Smart Sketch. Unfortunately for our heroes, they dug out the pirate's booty a bit too late, as the fad of pen computing was coming to a close. So, Mr. Gay and his sidekicks rebranded Smart Sketch as Future Splash, which aimed to aid in web animation. In 1995, FutureWave approached Adobe Systems.
Is this the part where Adobe gets Flash?
No, let me finish. So anyways, back to the 90s. Adobe declined the offer. Luckily, in the following year, the program became a big hit, finding success as an embedded feature of MSN.com. A company by the name of Macromedia found interest in the software and bought out Future Splash. They then rebranded this software under the name Macromedia Flash, accompanied by the second half of the software named Macromedia Flash Player, which enabled users to run items created within Flash.
Newgrounds! They wrote some stuff under the tank.
Around this time, a young lad by the name of Tom Fulp was hosting a site named Newgrounds. Newgrounds was a platform primarily used for games and videos. In 1998, Fulp began experimenting with Macromedia Flash on his website, releasing the game Teletubby Funland. Apparently people enjoy Teletubbies getting morbidly intoxicated because Flash only continued to soar in popularity as it allowed its creators to make anything their heart desired with a simple-to-use UI. Due to all of this success, Adobe Systems came back to Flash in 2005 crying their eyes out as they had previously rejected the business venture to purchase it from FutureWave. This time, not only did they buy Macromedia Flash, but they just flat out bought Macromedia for $3.4 billion. Why? Teletubbies. Welcome to WatchMojo.com. Today we'll be counting down the top 10 Flash... Yeah, just kidding. That's not happening. Flash games were hosted on a variety of different sites, some of the most famous being Congregate, Miniclip, Cool Math Games, Armor Games, Addicting Games, and obviously Newgrounds. These sites are what made up many people's childhoods, as they spent hours and hours playing Flash games, such as Fireboy and Watergirl, a co-op puzzle platformer where the players, represented by Fireboy and Watergirl, must work together to figure out puzzles, all while platforming over dangerous obstacles. This game allowed friends to share one keyboard and strategize how they would go about beating the level. Because of the co-op feature, Fireboy and Watergirl became one of the most popular Flash games in the world. Moving on, a Flash game by the name of Happy Wheels took the world by storm as a ragdoll physics 2D platformer, where characters must get to the finish line of levels by using different characters. YouTube helped Happy Wheels gain the popularity it did. Many YouTubers had long-running series mainly playing the community-created levels which could be made by anyone who played the game. Happy Wheels, despite the name, was made entertaining to watch due to the rage-inducing mechanics that could be implemented by creators. A classic example of the quintessential Flash game is another notoriously rage-inducing game called World's Hardest Game. The focus of this game was to dodge patterns of blue dots while trying to get to the end of the level using the player-controlled red block. This game was extraordinarily simple, but presented the player with very tough challenges, hence the name World's Hardest Game. This simplicity supplemented the rage-inducing mechanics of the game to create an iconic Flash game. Keeping with the theme of rage-inducing Flash games, Flash creators just love tormenting their players, huh? Anyways, QWOP, a game developed by Bennett Foddy, also the creator of the famous game Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, was a game where the keys Q, W, O, and P combined to make the title QWOP controlled different limbs of an Olympic runner. Hitting these keys in the correct order and with consistent rhythm allowed the users to efficiently run just like a human being. And finally, Pop Tropica, an MMORPG which allowed millions of users to explore a digital world filled with quests and hidden secrets. Pop Tropica became so well known that it grew as a brand and got merchandise, books, and even its own DS game.
Whoa, these games are so amazing! I don't think they'll ever go away!
Well, that's unfortunate. I never even got to play a fraction of these Flash games like Heavenly Finger Squad or Hold It In? But yeah, anyways, back in 2017, the terrible news was announced. Adobe Flash would be shutting down over the next couple of years and will be fully disappearing by the end of 2020. This came as a surprise to many people. So why? Well, in short, Adobe Flash and Flash Player have failed to keep up with the industry of online animation programs and web players in many aspects. Because of this, the program is shutting down and many Flash games are either being shut down or ported to other programs such as HTML5, which is great for achieving a simplistic feel with an easy-to-use interface in today's internet landscape. As the saying goes, all good things must come to an end, and Flash games are no exception to this. Flash games served a purpose in many of our lives, giving us memories to cherish, but just because they're going away doesn't mean that people can't continue to make great things. In the book of internet history, we've turned the page of Adobe Flash, but you have a chance to write the next one. Viewer, I ask this of you. Go out there and make something that the generation of tomorrow will look back on fondly. Go make the next Fancy Pants adventure or Bloons Tower Defense. There's no better time than now to go out there and start inspiring others. And now, you all have slightly better tools than Flash to work with. So that's it, from Future Wave and pen computing to Pop Tropica and Happy Wheels. That's the history of Adobe Flash Player and its games. Thanks for watching.